President Biden and former President Trump going back and forth over key issues, including the economy and foreign relations. But last night, it left voters increasingly concerned about something else.
What we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs.
President Biden meant to say the economy added 15 million jobs instead of 15,000, while former President Trump was quick to fight back.
The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce back jobs, a bounce back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman joining us now. And Rick, I think the question, we were just talking about it with Greg and Kim a moment ago, but can the Democrats defend Biden, or what do you think happens next?
We had guests just a moment ago giving the case for why Biden needs to go and what Democrats are going to do. There's another point of view that I'm also hearing, which is, first of all, the only one who can decide whether Joe Biden drops out of this race is Joe Biden. Okay. The other point of view is everybody overreacts to debates. Everybody inside the Beltway and inside the political culture thinks everybody in America watched this debate. Everybody analyzed every single thing they saw, when the reality is, a lot of the swing voters that are going to determine this election probably didn't even watch. Now, they're going to be hearing about it. They will probably watch, or they might watch the next one in September. Here's one thing to think about while we're all, playing the political game, like who could the other candidate be? I think the most important person in America right now is Jill Biden, Joe Biden's wife, because if Joe Biden personally does not decide to drop out of the race, he remains the candidate. And guess who might be the one person who could say to him, it's time to gently step aside, take a bow, and accept all the accolades of the party and let someone else? It would be his wife, Jill Biden. So when Greg Valliere said he expects this to play out, but Biden to drop out by the weekend, I have my doubts.
Of what you heard last night, I mean, you are kind of really sharp on the fact checking very quickly. Even as we were playing some of the shots, I saw you shaking your head here. So what were some of the most egregious that come to mind for you from what we heard?
Well, the Biden campaign has put out 50 Trump lies from the debate. I did a cursory fact check of them. I think they're more or less right. So let's say Trump told 50 lies. I think that's in the ballpark. He's wrong that all the jobs since under the Biden administration are bounce back jobs. Total employment now is higher than it was before COVID. We didn't just get back to where we were before COVID and stagnate. We keep going. Job growth has been surprisingly robust for the entirety of the Biden administration. He said that Biden's letting undocumented migrants in so they can join Social Security and get free benefits without taxation. Completely false. It was. I mean, you have to question the usefulness of the debates on the substance, because there's just vast amounts of misinformation. I mean, you could almost argue there's as much that's false as is true in these debates. So the whole format has just become kind of misleading. I will say that, Biden got we pointed, he said 15,000 new jobs when in 15 million. Another point, he said there are 1,000 trillionaires in America when in fact it's billionaires. He got his words wrong, as Biden has kind of done for a long time. What I thought was more worrisome were certain segments where he just could not finish his thought. Mm-hmm. He started on, at one point, some explanation of how he handled the COVID situation he inherited from Trump. He couldn't get that thought finished, and he ended by saying, look, we finally beat Medicare. I have no idea what he was talking about. I think that his preparation for the debate, which obviously was, call up all this data, these statistics. I mean, he was rattling off numbers, which he is terrible at this point. That's the number one thing he should not be doing, is trying to remember all these numbers. Trump didn't do that. Trump honestly just makes up numbers, and he makes his claims. We had the greatest economy ever and stuff like that, where Biden is trying to, and by the way, Biden's going back in time, what happened in his first year, his second year. Americans want to hear about the future. They want to hear about what's coming next. And by the way, I have to say this, the most ridiculous thing in the debate was at the end when they were arguing over who had the lower golf handicap.
Brad tweeted about
that. I mean, why did Biden take the bait? I mean, okay, Americans.
Why take the bait?
So all Americans want to know, who's the better golfer?
No. Nobody. If you care about the future of the country and who's leading it and actually prioritizing, making sure that we have good relations internationally, that you have a booming economy, that you have a safe border as well. I mean, all of these things considered, I don't care who can hit a golf ball farther at the end of the day, and a lot of Americans.
I mean, let's have a golf match. Seriously,
and this is
let's
coming
put these
from an
guys.
avid golfer.
I want to have a presidential. Forget the next debate. Let's have a golf match.
Yeah.
They have to walk the course, okay, like real golfers. They can have a caddy, but I want to see. I want it covered like the Masters. Every shot. I want to see the ball when it flies into the weeds or hits the tree, and I want to see them walk over and hit. Get out of the rough.
And no cheating.
Yeah. For a presidential debate. That's what happened. All right, everyone. Rick, thanks so much. We'll be seeing you throughout the day.